All right, welcome to Coffee with Markus. This is episode 91, and today I'll show you what's happening in the markets so that you know what's going on. And then we will talk about the difference between the wheel trading strategy and the PowerX strategy so that you know which strategy is best for you. What is the best strategy? Does that sound good? Okay. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. Before we get started, let me give you a super quick intro why I'm doing this show. Because here's what I'm seeing. Most people who start trading expect their accounts to explode, and they've seen the ads and emails that promise them to turn $2,000 into $1 million or something crazy like this. And then they start trading and they quickly realize that it doesn't work this way. So if you're sick of all the hype and empty promises, then this show is for you, because my goal is to give you the strategies and the tools that you need to grow your account systematically, because that's the key. You see, everybody can get lucky every now and then, but being able to grow your account in a systematic, repeatable, and consistent way, that is the key to success in the markets. So in this show, I'll show you the tools that you need, the ones that I personally use. I'll give you the trading strategies that actually work, the ones that I'm trading on my own personal accounts. And we'll also talk about the right mindset of a trader, because that is super important. Also in this show, it's all about facts and real trades. Talking about real, I'll show you my accounts. I'll show you all of my trades, winning trades and losing trades. There's no hype here, just the facts, because I want you to succeed. And if all of this sounds good to you, then do me a favor and click on like right now, and we will get started. Okay, awesome. So first segment, what is happening in the markets? Let's take a look. Stocks are sliding again. But same as last week, there is no real reason. See, what we are seeing in the markets right now is uncertainty. Uncertainty. Will there be a vaccine? What about COVID cases rising in UK and the rest of Europe? What about a new stimulus package? It has become very quiet around stimulus. And of course, the November election. I mean, all of this on traders' mind, all of this uncertainty, but there's really nothing other than some let's wait and see. Let's see if we can get any good news. So the Dow right now down 660 points, was down as much as 800 points today, down 2.4%. The S&P, let's quickly jump over there. So as you can see, also down 1.8%. The NASDAQ that really got hit hardest today is holding up really well, only down 0.6%. And if we switch to a 5-minute chart, then you see what a roller coaster today. So we opened lower, pulled higher, went lower, higher, lower, higher, lower. You see the uncertainty. Now, talking about uncertainty, this is where the VIX, the volatility index, comes in. And you see, it has been spiking recently as the markets were coming down, and NASDAQ is in a true correction. We'll talk about this in a moment. So VIX has been spiking up, but then quickly moved below the 30. And yes, the 30 level, for me personally, is an important level here. This morning we spiked above, but right now we are below. So as you can see, the VIX is up almost 10% from Friday's session, but pretty much where we opened in the beginning. So and let's talk about the NASDAQ and the Dow. So when do we have a correction in the market? And let's write this down for a moment. We have a correction, just so that you know the right terminology before we talk about the best trading strategy for these market conditions, right? So correction is if a market retraces at least 10% from the previous highs. So this is when we are officially in a correction. So let's take a look. Here for the NASDAQ, as you can see, from here to the low that we had today, it was down 14%. I'm just marking the 10% level, which is somewhere around here. See, so everything that is below that level at 11,178 would be a correction. Let's remove this. Let's see if the S&P is also in a true correction right now, or if here we are just in a normal retracement. So let's see, with today's move lower, almost, as you can see, 9.95%, but we'll close higher here. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow, and then we'll talk about the best trading strategy. So in the Dow here, also looking from here to the low, only 8.5%. So as you can see, all of this, what we see in the Dow and the S&P is just normal retracement. The Nasdaq is in a true correction, but again, the Nasdaq right now, it's trading. Look at this. It is trading at session highs here right now. Anyhow, there we go. So we will see where we end here in just a moment. Let me come back to you. So two things I want to do. I want to talk about what is the best trading strategy, and I'll show you how to find the best trading strategy, and I'll use two of the strategies that I personally trade in comparison. But today, I also wanted to do something with your comments. So let's just randomly choose Todd's comment, because I felt that they were rather small. So I wanted to make them a little bit bigger. Let me just quickly see if I can turn this into a larger size and see if this happens. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. Let me make this even a slightly bigger. And you see, here's the deal. I have to do this once, and then we're good to go. Okay, Todd, so good to see you here. Kathy, Michael, good to see everybody. Anthony, that is awesome. Richard Shoup is here in the house. A lot of you. Okay, but let's talk about. Let me do this. I have a little switchboard here with which I can play around. And I want to bring up my accounts. That is important. And I want to bring up a notepad. And then we'll talk about the best trading strategy. Okay. So let's talk about how to find the best trading strategy. And before we do this, let's first talk about what is the best trading strategy. And before we can do that, we need to define best. Is the best trading strategy the one that makes the most money, or is it the one that has the most winners? So in this example, in this video here, I want to use the wheel and the PowerX strategy to show you exactly how you can find the best trading strategy. Now, in order to do this, first, we need to define some criteria that we use. You know, I did another video on how to find the best broker. And when it talks about the best broker, it's the same. You need to have certain criteria. And here are the ones that I like to use in order to determine the best trading strategy. So as an example, I want to know the account size needed in order to trade the strategy, right? I mean, do you need a $5,000 account or a $100,000 account? Another thing is I want to know the potential return of a trading strategy. So how much money can I make? And this is where we are talking about the ROI, the return on investment. Then, of course, I would like to know what winning percentage can I expect with the strategy. I also want to know the risk per trade. So how much am I risking per trade that I'm taking? Also, for me, it is important to know the overall drawdown, right? I mean, so what can I expect if things go really, really wrong? What is the drawdown of the strategy? Also, I would like to know the time needed to execute the strategy, and can I use money management? And if so, what money management approach is the best to use? So again, you might have different criteria. The important thing is that you do need criteria. Without criteria, how do you want to know if a trading strategy is for you or not? So here's what I want to do right now. I want to compare the wheel trading strategy with the PowerX strategy. Both of these trading strategies, I'm personally trading on my accounts, and I want to show you some very, very specific examples here. Okay. So let's get started and let's talk about the account size needed. I'm going to turn this into black so that we can see it a little bit better here. So for the wheel trading strategy, and again, if you would like to learn more about these strategies, I'll put a link in the description. So for the wheel, I have a playlist. For the PowerX strategy, you can either get the book that I have for you, can get it for free, only pay $4.95 shipping and handling, or you can go to mytradingroutine.com. Again, both links are in the description if you want to know what exactly these trading strategies are, because I'll explain them in other videos in detail, so we don't need to do this right here. So anyhow, for the wheel, where we are selling options, getting assigned the stock, and then selling calls against it, I recommend that you need to have at least $20,000. So this is when this makes a lot of sense. So I personally, the account that I'm trading here live on YouTube, it's only one of my accounts. I put $50,000 in there, so I got $100,000 in buying power. Okay, for the PowerX strategy, you can start with as little as $5,000 to $10,000. $5,000 if you want to trade options, $10,000 if you want to trade stocks. Okay, so I'm also turning this in black, and there we go. What is the potential RI, return on investment? For the wheel, it is 30% if you're not using any margin, and it is around 60%. I mean, that's what we're expecting here with a margin account, if you're choosing a margin account. For the PowerX strategy, we're looking at 60% without a margin account, and this is why we're looking for 100%, 120% with a margin account. There we go. And I'm also turning this in black, just because that we can see the differences here. Okay, so as you can see, this is a more conservative strategy, right? 30 to 60% per year. That's what we are talking about, the RIs per year. And here 60 to 120%, depending on whether you're using a margin account or not. Now let's talk about the winning percentage. The winning percentage with the wheel, I want to say, you see, I'm very, very tempted to say that it is 100%. But when it comes to trading, there is no 100%. So even though I personally, thus far, since I've been trading this strategy, have a 100% winning percentage, I want to be conservative here and say 95%. Because, as you know, in this show, it's all about it's all about facts, no hype. Okay, with the PowerX strategy, you can expect 50%. So this means that every other trade you can expect to be a loser, but it doesn't matter. It still makes money. Okay, so the risk per trade with the wheel. So this is where you can expect around 5% of the account, of the buying power. Sorry. Of the buying power. So if you have $100,000 in buying power, you can expect of a $5,000 risk that you have per trade here. So let's just turn this into black and center it. And with the PowerX strategy, it should be 2% of your buying power. So as you can see, the PowerX strategy is risking less. And if risk is important to you, then you know which strategy is more suitable for you. So what can you expect as a drawdown? Here, you can expect 25% of your buying power. What does a drawdown mean? It means that while you're in trades, your account might go down by 25%. Okay, so this is something that can happen. You need to be prepared for this. With the PowerX strategy, on the other hand, you're looking at only a 10% drawdown. There we go. So time needed to execute. If you are trading the wheel strategy, you need around 5 minutes per day. That's all you need, realistically. So you don't need a lot of time here. And with the PowerX strategy, you need between 15 and 20 minutes per day. Okay. So both of them are swing trading strategies, so they're not day trading strategies. So you don't have to sit in front of your computer all day long, which I think is great, because I don't know about you, I don't want to sit in front of my computer all day long. So money management, if you want to use money management to really grow your account quickly, with this strategy, it is difficult with the wheel, and here's why. First of all, you have a pretty high risk, and you need a lot of buying power. This is why you need to have at least $20,000. Here it is super easy, and we can use the fixed ratio money management to grow your account quickly. So if money management and growing your account quickly is important to you, it's this. Now, this is where, let me just do one more thing, because I think that this will help if I add, hold on, format the table. I thought I could easily add another row. Okay, apparently not, doesn't matter. So here's what I want to say. This trading strategy, the wheel, is perfect. The wheel, perfect if you are trading for income. And we talked about it, the difference between trading for income versus trading for growth. So the PowerX strategy is perfect if you are trading for growth. There we go. Okay, which means that you have a rather small account that you want to grow. Now, if you already have a $100,000-$200,000 account, I highly recommend that you trade the wheel. If you have a smaller account, use the PowerX strategy to build your account. Anyhow, so as you can see, in short, there is no best trading strategy. There's just a best trading strategy for you based on your risk tolerance, based on your availability to trade, account size, and so on. Does this help? Now, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and click on like right now. And if you want to see more videos like this, then click on the subscribe button and also click the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. And also feel free to share this video, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, I see that there's a lot of questions here, so I want to do my best here to answer as many questions as possible and look at some of the specific trades that we have currently going on. Okay, so there we go. Ricardo is asking, what exactly is a correction? A correction is when a market retraces from the high for at least 10%. Okay, so it is defined. That's what a correction is. J.R. Ewing said, what do we do with TRGP? We were awarded the shares today. TRGP, right now we're sitting on our hands, and I'll show you in a moment why that is. Actually, we can do this right now. So let me show you. So TRGP, we got assigned. Let me switch over here to the other account. And at this point, we are owning shares at $16, and it's currently trading at $14.67. So here's what I'm looking for, what I want to do with it. Again, you always, JR, must have a plan, right? So that you know what to do with it. Let me show you what I'm planning to do this with it. So this is where I'm going back to my income wheel calculator. And you see, I already have TRGP. Where did I put TRGP? This one here is actually TRGP. So, no, TRGP. Yes, and I'm making this bigger. I cannot spell today. There we go, TRGP. So, the price that we bought the stock at was $16, right? And here's what I would like to do. I would like to be able to sell the 17 strike price. And to me, to make it worth my while, I either need to get 50 cents for the October 16th strike price, or I can go even further out. You see, because I want to see at least 45% return on investment. So let's take a look. Let's go to TRGP and let's take a look at the 17 strike price. And as you can see, right now for the 17 call, we're only getting 27 cents. It's currently trading at 25 over 30 cents. So let's just say we only get 25 cents. Now let's put this in here. So if we would get only 25 cents, it means that I'm only making 23% per year. And that's not what I'm looking for at all. What I'm looking for here is that I'm getting at least 30% per year. This is where it goes back to, JR, what I said earlier, right? So 30% without margin, 60% with margin. Now, in my calculator, this is always calculated as without margin, okay? So with margin, you just double it. So therefore, today, I was looking at it, and I could not get enough money. So as you see, I want to have at least 50 cents. So what needs to happen with TRGP? Let's take a look at this. So TRGP, we are going to a daily chart, and you can already see I marked the 15 level. So I believe that we need to go up back to $15. If we go up to $15, I'm pretty sure that we can get the 50 cents that I'm looking for. This is why I set myself an alarm. So as soon as we cross above 15, my computer makes ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling, and I get it also my alarm on my cell phone, and yes, on my watch. So this way I now know how to look at it, and then I will potentially sell a call. Now here's why this is so important. So if then we have two scenarios, and you know this, right? I mean, you've been watching me talking about the wheel for quite a while. So I sold, I'm right now long 1,300 shares. So 1,300 shares. This is the price. This is how many shares I bought because I sold 13 puts at that point. So this means that if I'm selling this, I would also sell 13 calls for 50 cents. So I'm making $650. That's not bad at all. But you see, if we are moving above 17 by October 16th, so let's mark this. See, I think I already did it here. So if we go above 17 by October 16th, then I would make an additional $1,300, bring my profit for this trade up to $1,950. Anyhow, so hope that helps, JR, because said, what do we do with TRGP? I always have a plan. You need to know what to do. All right, Jeff. Oh yeah, of course I'm helping you with the wheel trades. I mean, today you already got 2 alerts, didn't you? So you got an alert for Apple and you got an alert for AIG. So there you go. Of course, I got you back. I got you back. Okay. So Matt says, is the 30% profit for wheel strategy also possible for accounts larger than 20% if you can have more than 5 trades? You see, I personally would not have more than 5 trades, but great question here. So for this account here, I put in $50,000, gives me $100,000 in buying power. So yes, you can absolutely do it on a $200,000, $300,000 account. Then you would just sell more options. I wouldn't really necessarily go for more positions. I would rather go for selling more options. Okay, making sense. Richard, so good to see you here. Wellness NYC. All right. Good. Mike just ordered the book. You should have it in the next few days. We get it out as quickly as we possibly can. And you know, in the US, it usually takes up to a week, usually a little bit less. If you ship it internationally, it might take a little bit longer. PKO, market has bloodied our noses today. Really? What happened to you, PKO? Because, I mean, for me, everything is working out according to plan. Let me show you. So I took a few trades according to PowerX Optimizer. And as you can see, LL Lumber Liquidator right now is up $200. And this is a super small account here. This is a $20,000 account that I'm using here. ARVN is another trade that I took on Friday, slightly down today. So overall, $120, no big deal. And RL is up $241. So I have $440 in unrealized profits, $120 in unrealized profits. So this means that I'm looking here at what, around $300. Now for the wheel trade, so for the wheel, I own TQQQ, I own Apple, and I own TRGP. Now Apple behaving super nicely here. I mean, I don't know what happened in your account, but Apple is doing exactly what I wanted to do. So it is moving above 107.50 again, thus far, making for today only. So you can see $383 on TQQQ for today, $188. And yes, TRGP, we're down. Again, I want to see that we are going back up to 15. And then we're selling calls against it. I mean, so no big deal. PKO, no idea what happened to you. Hope that it wasn't a bad day for you. Anyhow, good. Eduardo, what is the continuation of the TQQQ story? Again, sold more calls. And right now, for today, we're nicely up. So I'll keep you posted. Of course, we will continue as we have more trades here. Mike Danger said, yeah, it's coming back. Okay. So Jerry said, should we be selling a call on TRGP before the close today? If you can get enough premium, for me personally, I do not see enough premium in this. This is why today I did not do anything with TRGP. I promised you, as soon as I do anything, I'll send you a text alert. I'll send you a text, I'll send you an email, and I'll send you a notification through our app here. So if you are subscribed to the Power Alerts, you will get my trades as soon as I do anything. So I didn't do anything here. John says, tough call with TRGP, only has monthly options. John, what are you talking about? This is part of the plan. And last week, you know, we talked about this, John. We talked about this. You are in the mastermind. So last week, there was plenty of opportunities to get out of this one if you didn't like it. So if you don't like to trade stocks or hear options that have only monthly expirations, there was on Wednesday and on Thursday, 2 days where you could easily get out. Anyhow, good. Ken says good mindset is correct. 5 possessions today and lost 4 of them on a stop loss. Oh, what happened, Ken? can take a look at your positions to see what's happening. Alex said it, yep, not enough premium. Jim, so good to see you here. Just invested in the PowerX Optimizer and the Wheel Power Alerts. Well, you should have received 2 alerts from me today if you have any existing positions. If not, there wasn't much that I saw today for new positions, right? I mean, right now we are managing our existing ones. I'm pretty sure that tomorrow or the day after, we will issue power alerts again for new positions. So if you have nothing in the portfolio. Yep. So Jim said, so excited to use the PowerX Optimizer, and yeah, short positions are definitely doing well. Okay. Good, Jerry, I would wait until the price rises. Okay, you have a private discussion there, that's fine. Let me see if I can find a few comments here overall. Okay, so Anthony says, do you ever roll puts for a credit in your wheel trade? No, in the wheel trade, I do not roll because part of my plan is to get assigned. I am absolutely okay right now owning TQQQ. So I have 100 shares of TQQQ, and I have another put for another 200 outstanding shares. I'm okay owning 300 shares of TQQQ. Apple, I own 200 shares of Apple, and I'm absolutely okay with this. TRGP, I own 1,300 shares. So what you're referring to, Anthony, the rolling is if you do not want to get assigned. I want to get assigned. It's part of my plan, and it's working really well. Okay. Anyhow, so Chili says, isn't the wheel cash secured? How does it work with the margin account? It works as long as you're not exceeding your buying power, your total buying power, right? So cash secured here in this account, let me just show you again. So this is the second account. I put in a total of $50,000, got $100,000 in buying power. And as you can see, I'm using up some of my buying power, and I've still around 16,000 left here. So we are good to go on this one. Okay, so let's come back to the questions here. So Ricardo trades stocks with the PowerX strategies, okay, with tastyworks. Oh, absolutely, that's what I did. So if you look at the PowerX trades, I believe one of them is an option trade. Yeah, on LL I traded a put option. ARVN and RL are outright stock trades. So I'm trading a mixture here between stocks and options whenever it makes more sense. And I'll explain this in detail in the videos. We might do a coffee with Markus where I explain in detail when to trade stocks and when to trade options with the PowerX strategy here. Okay, so AD, at least $20,000 margin account, so $40,000 with margin. That's what I would recommend. And here's why. Because I believe, so let's go back to my notepad here. So here's why, because you want to make sure that you can invest in at least 3 different stocks, right? Or possibly, ideally, within 4, right? So this is why you should have a little bit larger account for the wheel. That's why I said here, the wheel is perfect if you're trading for income. And if you're not quite sure of what that means, I made a video of this on this. It's called Trading for Growth versus Trading for Income, and I'll link to it in the description here. Anyhow, good. So let's see. PKO says, I'm waiting on selling AIG calls until premium is at least 25 cents. I believe that was the alert that we issued today, didn't we? I believe that we issued an alert today. Let me just double check for you, because now I'm curious as well. I am pretty sure that's what we did. Let me bring it up. So for those of you who are in the AIG trade, let me slide it over. This is the alert. Oops. Let me share my screen here. So this is the alert where we said AIG. I said that you should go for 20 cents or higher. So because, let me show you exactly. Again, this is why you must have the right tools. Okay, let me just quickly talk about this. Because if you're new to this channel, you might not have heard me talk about this. Here are the 3 pillars of a successful trader. Number 1, you must have a strategy. Now, the strategy tells you what to trade, when to enter, when to exit. Number 2, you must have the right tools. Without the tools, it will be difficult to succeed in the markets. Number 3, you need to have the right mindset. Okay, so now let's go back to this. Let's actually take a look at the wheel calculator, and AIG. Here goes. You see, if we can get 20 cents, I'm making this even bigger because I know it might be a little bit difficult to see. If we can get at least 20 cents, we would make 64% annualized. So therefore, sure, if you want to wait until you see 25%, that's fine. Here's the challenge. If you do this, let me just come back to you here for a moment. PKO. So if you do this, you missed out on today, a day where you could have collected premium. Because let's go back and let's see where AIG was trading, I believe. So we take a look at the, let's see, what did I issue in the trade? Did I say September 25th? Okay. So we're going for September 25th. We are looking for the, going back and forth, for the 28. So we're looking for the 28, and we wanted to get at least 20%. So let's see where the high of the day was today. The high was as high as 33 cents. So should have been possible. Let's just see if we look at the option in a chart. I want to see if we can zoom in. Don't need to go for 4 days. I just need to go for 2 days. This will be enough. Yeah, so let's see. We were trading here. Yeah, we were trading as high as 33 cents, as you can see, and it was possible to get the 20 cents. I kept an eye on it for you. Anyhow, so if you're getting too greedy here, you see if 64% per year annualized is not enough for you, you might miss out because every day that you're not selling options, you're not receiving premium here, okay? So Frank Kelly asked, what is the wheel drawdown? Let me quickly go back to this. I mean, my drawdown, unrealized profits don't count, right? Unrealized profits don't count. And if you're talking about realized, I am still at 0. I have a 100% winning percentage right now. Let's see. I want to just show you. Let's go back to the notepad actually, right? But you should expect 20%, 25% of the buying power. But let me show you the wheel. Let's actually go to year to date. And you see, collected over the past 2 months, August, September, yeah, over the past 2 months, I've collected $6,204. That is based on a $50,000 account. That's a little bit more than 5%, 5% per month. So annualized, you're looking at what, 60%? Exactly in line with my expectations here. So this is looking good. And yeah, right now I have unrealized profits, and we talked about it in another video. I mean, unrealized profits are just, forget about this. I mean, they don't count, right? This is why they're called unrealized profits. Okay. Anyhow, so Caleb is asking, how would you split your dollars across each strategy? Great question. This is where, again, Caleb, it goes back to, are you trading for income or are you trading for growth? Right? So you might have an IRA account, and in the IRA account, you might have maybe $200,000, maybe $100,000, doesn't really matter, right? So this is an account where you just want to trade for income and you want to make $30,000 per year. Or again, on an IRA, you cannot use margin because otherwise you would say, oh, on 200,000, I could make $60,000 per year. And this would be for income. So you're not trying to grow it, just income. If you're trading for growth, I would highly suggest that you trade the PowerX strategy because this is where you can start with a smaller account. This is where you can use money management to quickly grow your account to the next level. So it really depends. This is why I said, what is the best trading strategy? Depends on your personal situation here. Okay. So let's see. Kathy says, I love both strategies, growing one account and income for another. There you go. There's your answer, Caleb, right? Thank you for sharing all your knowledge. Ken said, what did you do with TQQQ today? Nothing. I did not sell a call because, again, there's not enough premium in there yet. So I'm waiting. And what I want to see is that it moves above a certain threshold. And I'm setting alarms for this. And as soon as it does, I will issue more calls. Right now, it was nicely going up. So we're making money on this one. That is good. Okay. Good. Dustin says, still wait on the AIG call to be filled. Brought the limit down to 16. Let's see if tomorrow maybe you get 20. Let's try to see if you get 20. I mean, markets just closed 5 minutes ago. And Dijon, how do you pronounce his name? DJ on. Okay, whatever. Lots of nervous folks here today. So I want to address this because it's a good point here. You see, especially when you watch me trading and you see that I've winning trade after winning trade after winning trade, it almost looks too easy, right? And you will have tougher days. You will have days like this where you see that, oh my gosh, in this one account, let's just go to the wheel account. Right now, the unrealized P&L looks ugly. The unrealized P&L is almost $5,000. Again, what does it matter? I mean, we are talking about, I'll come back to you here. See if this works. Not quite. There we go. Okay. So what does it mean? If we have the $5,000 based on $100,000 buying power, that's only down 5%. Is this really making you nervous? I sure hope not, because if so, you will have a miserable life as a trader. Okay, let's see. So, hey, anyone like the wheel? Hopefully everybody loves it. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Jim says, why not look at the 16 strike for TRGP instead and break even? Your choice. I mean, do whatever you feel. I personally, if I have to hold it, because here's the deal, let's take a look at this. There are no weekly options. So this means that we have to hold it until October 16th. If I want to hold it until October 16th, I do not only want to make $650. I want to see if there's a potential to go above 16. So you can do this. I do believe it is very, very, very reasonable for TRGP to go above 17. But hey, you use your best judgment, see what works best for you, right? And if for you it works best to use the 16 strike, that is absolutely okay. All right, Daniel says, just sign up for the PowerX Optimizer. Very excited. So excited to have you here. Today, I didn't see anything that really completely excited me. There were 2 trades, but they were on the long side, so they didn't get filled anyhow. But it would be good. So anyhow, so good to see you here. All right. So Emmanuel said, just received your book on Saturday, started reading it last night on page 57. Wow, you are really going through it. I think I only have 150 pages in there. So you're almost through, right? And if you're new to this channel here and would like to have a copy of the book, you can go on Amazon, buy it for $20, or you can go to my website and buy it for $4.95. The $4.95 only covers shipping and handling, and there's a link to the book in the description. I hope it should be there. Okay. Good. Okay, John clarified, happy with TRGP, only replying to another viewer. It's a little bit difficult for me in the chat to follow because there's so many questions coming in, and that is awesome. I really like to interact with you. I hope that you like it. By the way, if you're watching the recording, try to be here live. We're going live 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3:30 Eastern Time. Click on subscribe, hit the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I go live, and then you can ask your questions live. Anyhow, so great question here. What is a stop loss? I actually did a video on this of what is a stop loss, how to do it. It basically means that you're saying, okay, if you're buying a stock, you're setting a price point at which you say you're wrong. So let's say you're buying Apple at $100. And if Apple goes down to $90, you say, okay, I was wrong. I want to sell it, right? So this would be a stop loss where you say, I'm limiting my losses. And I'm glad that you asked, because being able to limit your losses is extremely critical when you're one of trading. Okay. Blinder says, yeah, I'm looking for a new position. I do too. So today, I can tell you, I was looking at KSS, I was looking at Etsy, and I was looking at Boeing. So these were the 3 that were on my radar today. I liked Boeing the best, but also there's a very high likelihood that we would get assigned in Boeing. And since in this particular account here, I'm only taking the positions that I'm also issuing, I thought that maybe you might be nervous if you're getting assigned a 4th stock. I'm not, right? But if this is your first time trading the wheel and you got a sign and you say, what do I do now? So I thought, since we are in 3, some of you are in 4 stocks with AIG, I thought, yeah, let's not go into another one where we might get a sign. But otherwise, I like Boeing a whole lot. Bernard is asking, is it too volatile to use the PowerX? No, I'm using it. I mean, I've just shown you the trades here that I took. So these are the trades according to PowerX Optimizer. LL, ARVN, RL, LL, and RL I took last Thursday. ARVN I took on Friday. So really good there. I don't know why I changed something. I changed this around. Yeah, this was usually there. Let me just quickly do this. No idea. Driving me crazy. I have OCD tendencies. I'm not OCD, but I have OCD tendencies. So anyhow, good question here. Ted, did you get purple for PowerX Optimizer? No, I did not. We can take a look at this in a moment, why I passed here. Anyhow, there was something that I didn't like about this, or on this particular day, I was going into other positions here as well. But Ted, we'll take a look at this in a moment. Mascot says, when will you have promotions for $1 for the Power Income Alert? I do not know. I honestly do not know. Do me a favor, call or text the office, see if they can help you. I don't know what promotions we are running and when. I know that we are constantly running promotions for the Power Income Alerts. I know that we are running promotions for the PowerX Optimizer. So if this is something that you're interested in, do me a favor and just call or text the office and they can help you with this. Anyhow, good. So Basim says, I sold the 108.75 Apple call. How do I close it now? As covered, it is my first wheel trade as covered. Well, if you want to close the whole position, right? If you want to take profits on the call, you just buy to close. You sold it, so you have to buy it back. It is really that simple. Is this about binary options? No, it is about regular options. If you would like to know more about binary options, I have a playlist for you on binary options. I'll link to it in the description. I hope that you find this helpful, so this way you know exactly how to trade binary options if this is something that you're interested in. Okay, Michael says the income strategy calculator for the wheel is so valuable, must have. I agree. I mean, we go back to the 3 pillars, right? Strategy, tools, and the mindset. You cannot trade with only one of the pillars, right? I mean, if you only have a strategy and you don't have the right tools, it will be very, very difficult for you. If you only have a tool or if you have a strategy and a tool and you don't have the right mindset, it will be very, very difficult for you. Okay, so Emmanuel says, is $5,000 the minimum amount to start trading? What if somebody has $2,000 to start trading and grow their account? Would that work? Emmanuel, super slow. Because here's the deal. I said it in the intro. Most people start with $2,000 and hope that it turns into $1 million. And there are companies out there who promise you, start with $2,000 and you will be at $1 million within a year or something like this. Come on, we both know that this is bullshit, right? So I just talked about it. So let's go back here, Emmanuel, because I want to answer your question. It's a great question that I get all the time. So if you can make 60% with margin on a $2,000 account, so think about it. This would be around $1,200 per year, right? So does this help you at all? If you make $1,200 per year, that's $100 per month. So Emmanuel, this is where I think it might be easier to find another way, like, I don't know, driving Uber Eats or DoorDash or something like this to make $100, right? Most people who start with a small account just have too unrealistic expectations. I'm not saying that you have, because I'm glad that you're here and asking this question. Let me just go back here to the question. But just make sure that you have realistic expectations. And this is why I think if you have a small account and you try to grow too aggressively, here's a tidbit for you. The fastest way to lose all of your money is trying to double it quickly. Fastest way to lose all of your money is if you're trying to double it too quickly. So I would rather save a little bit more if you can, and then start with a solid foundation, right? Okay, hope that it helps. Good, good, good. Okay, so Brian said if you sell a put and want to buy it back after 90% profit on premium, do it, buy it back at the same strike price. Absolutely. Same strike price, same expiration. You got to close the trade. Otherwise, it wouldn't work this way. All right. Juan Pablo says, very useful. I got my mug. Okay, you got your mug. Trade what you see, not what you think. Perfect. Let's have a sip of coffee here. Good. Okay, let's see. Kalina says, I haven't used PowerX for a long time as the market is so uncertain. What do you think is the best time to use? I'm using it right now. I mean, I think right now is great. Just be really picky about it. Make sure that you don't trade every stock that comes along. Just take the A plus trades. This is why I say today, yeah, there were 2 trades that caught my eye today, but they were to the long side, so they didn't get filled. Otherwise, just skip it. And this is where right now I like to have 5 trades or 5 positions in my portfolio. Right now I have only 3 because I didn't see anything that excited me. Okay. So Michael says, AMD was up and down and up and down. Could have made super easy money on it today or lost a lot of money, depending on your strategy. This is where it goes back. I mean, today's session is all about what is the best trading strategy. And the best trading strategy is one that works for you. So, Michael, if you are a day trader and you're hopping in and out, good for you. It's not my style, right? I mean, I don't like to sit in front of the computer all day long. I like to place my trades in the open and then go about my day and have fun throughout the day. Anyhow, good, good, good. So let's see. Alfred's notes, do you roll the calls on the backside if they're losing? No, I don't. I mean, again, I don't roll. So, I mean, here's the deal. If you're selling a call, you have the stocks, right? So if the call is losing money, the stock is making money and offsetting it all. Anyhow. Okay. Good. Let's see. Eric asks, at what point would you consider, just come back here. Eric asks, at what point would you consider that the market is crashing and how would you handle it? What if you had positions at that moment? Thanks a lot. You see, it's a great question. It really depends on the stock. If the stock is solid, or here, let's talk about TQQQ. Right, let's go back to the charts here for a moment. So Eric, here's what we did with TQQQ. Let me just go to the charts here and show you exactly what's happening. TQQQ is a leveraged ETF for the NASDAQ, right? So here's what I did. I did sell, that's not where I want to go. Hold on. I did sell the 150 call, the 150 put. So this is where I got assigned at this level. So I own 100 TQQQ shares at 150. And then now I sold another put for 100. So Eric, if the market keeps crashing, I'll get assigned at the 100. So this would bring down my average cost. Actually, let me remove this. My average cost, because I bought shares for 150 and then I will buy more shares for 100. It would bring down my cost to 125. Now, here's what I did according to my money management plan. I actually sold 2. I sold 2 of the puts here. This will bring down, if I get filled, if you're going lower, will bring down my cost average to 116. And you see, is it easy for this to go above 116? Yeah. So if the market keeps crashing, I'm bringing down my cost basis. Now let's zoom out here and let's take a little bit a broader look of what happened. So here's what happened earlier this year. As you know, the COVID crash, right? The markets crashed down, but you see how quickly they recovered. So why? Because right now we don't have a financial crisis. If you think about 2008, we had a financial crisis, right? Right now we are having a health crisis with an economic impact. So therefore, what happens if this goes below 100? I'm bringing down my cost basis. then I would probably also say, okay, let's maybe sell more 80 puts. And if the market keeps crashing, I'm bringing down my cost basis. Will the NASDAQ at some point make new all-time highs? Yes, it will, because look at a weekly chart here. I mean, this is what happens. Yes, we might go down, but then at some point we're coming back up. And this is what we are looking for. Anyhow, Eric, this is probably a great question for being a mastermind member. Let me just come back here and show you this. You see this where we do live trading. I do live trading with my mastermind members. Every Monday, we have a coaching call where we talk about the markets. Every Tuesday and every Thursday, we have checking calls that we see what's happening. So if this is something that you're interested in being part of the mastermind, call or text Lisa or send her an email at lisa@rockwelltrading.com, and she can give you more information and see if this makes sense for you. Okay, because right now we're going into a lot of hypothetical what if scenarios. And I mean, it's good to think about what if scenarios, but you see, you can drive yourself crazy by doing this. Of course, you should always think about what if the market crashes. But we are just coming out of the longest bull market in history. We had an 11-year bull market, right? And then we had this crash. We went down like what, 30, 35%, not a big deal. And we recovered rather quickly. So anyhow, hope that this helps. Oh my gosh, we are, somehow I can't get the info about the mastermind gone. Anyhow, now everything is there. Hope that you enjoyed this video here. Jesus. There it's gone. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and click on like. If you would like to see more videos like this, browse this channel or click on subscribe and hit the little notification bell. This way you get notified whenever I release new videos. Invite other people to join this channel. Share this video or ask others, hey, come and watch with me. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3:30 Eastern Time, 30 minutes before the markets close. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care, everybody.